What's up, guys? It's Jim with Awaken TCG, bringing you guys a market watch video today. So today is going to be a little bit of a quicker, shorter video. I actually just got back from locals for the video this week where I played Zoro Sanji. Not going to spoil anything, but I actually did pretty decent. You will see in the video, and I think I actually showed the power of the deck, which is great. But anyways, talking about what we're going to talk about today, the Three Brothers deck is the newest addition to the One Piece card game that will be coming out next week. It is currently Thursday, the 11th of April, as I record this. And this deck, as you can see on screen right now, is going to be coming out the 19th, which is going to be next Friday exactly. So when we go to tomorrow, it will be 1 week exactly, and I'm sure some of you guys are going to be able to get this early. I've actually already seen on Twitter there's been a few people that already have product. So SC13 is already out there in some places, so pretty interesting. But I wanted to talk about the price of this deck and its current place in the One Piece card game. So if you guys don't know what this deck is, I've talked about it in a video prior, so I'll make this quick. It's basically going to be another 3-liter starter deck like the ST10 was. We have Ace, Luffy, and Sabo, the three brothers, as we know. Every single card will be foil, which is another thing that ST10 had. But the one that actually makes this one different, as you can see right here, we're going to get an extra pack, a bonus pack, that's going to have 3 cards. It says right here, bonus pack with 3 cards. And it will be a parallel of one of the characters in the deck. So this is going to be an example. It kind of looks like the OPO3 alt arts, where they're kind of black and white with a little bit of color. So pretty good, and it's the only starter deck in the game where you can get alt arts of these good cards. So that is why this one for MSRP is going to be going for $34.99. which, if you don't know, is only $5 more than the ST10 went. So you're basically paying $5 more for this pack, pretty much. Honestly, it's going to be hard. Like, even with ST10, it was pretty much impossible to find things at the exact market price. Like, I'm assuming most card shops, I wouldn't be surprised they're selling this for 40 or so, which is a decent price. I'd buy it for 40, but I'm going to show you what people are buying this deck for, guys, and I'm going to advise you not to do that. So on TCG Player right now, we have the Ultra deck, Three Brothers. $60 is the lowest price, but that is only one. So as you can see right here, these have been selling a lot for the past few days for over $70. So this is 4.9. This is for the past 3 days. And so on. People have been buying this deck for, $74, $70, $73. That is a lot more than $35. $40 more to be exact. Obviously, after shipping and handling too, we are going to be looking at probably around 80. So people are paying a lot for this deck, and people are paying way too much for this deck. This is pre-release or pre-release prices, guys. This deck is not out yet, so people are going to do pre-sale. And they're going to overcharge you. I get a lot of us did not get pre-orders for this deck. I myself did not get a pre-order for this deck, even though I'm super excited for it, just because my store was not doing pre-orders, unfortunately. But even if you didn't pre-order it, I really think this is not the way to go. If you didn't pre-order it, what I would advise you to do is, first up, before anything, call your local card shop. If you don't already go there every week for locals or whatever else, check if they're getting this in, if they're going to have stock on release, and if you are going to be able to buy it on release day. You know, if they're going to have it, but it's going to sell out quick, just make sure you show up when they open. A lot of the times that is how it works. And they should be selling it at a pretty decent price if your local card shop isn't a little bit scummy. Most aren't, in my experience. And another option, if you do not want to do that, is local Targets, Walmarts, all that stuff. They always get these in stock. I think for the SC12, they were actually getting them a couple days before official release date. So you can actually either order them online whenever they go up. I'm not sure when. I don't know exactly when like all these stores are going to put up everything. Or you can go check like Target on release day and stuff like that. It's a bit rough, but that is one of the only ways you're going to get this deck at a decent price. I think, don't get me wrong, I think this will go down a bit, especially when the deck actually comes out. But I do think people are going to be overcharging for this deck. A little bit of a... I don't know if this is going to be the complete truth, but I was overhearing one of my local card shop owners, that is a really cool guy, knows what he's talking about, was saying he was super shorted on this starter deck. So I'm not sure how many he ordered, but he was saying he was only going to get 13 or so like that. So very, very shorted on this deck, which is not a good sign. Same as like every other One Piece product lately. I think this might be another thing that is shorted, which is pretty rough. Usually it's not a huge problem for starter decks. As you can see, Zoro Sanji is not that big a deal. Like, I still see it in stores sometimes. I went to my local box lunch the other day and they had some. So that wasn't too hard to get. This one might be hard to get because not only is this going to be more sought after, I think it might be actually less printed, which would be really rough. Not to mention the bonus pack. People are really going to want this deck because of the bonus pack. It's basically like you're getting a booster pack in a starter deck, which is unheard of in this game. So $60 right now might be looking good. But again, before anything, local card shop, Targets and Walmarts, I would do that before anything. But if you don't want to take the chance, I think $60 right now might be decent. But I wouldn't buy it off TCG Player. I would buy it off eBay. I think there's better prices on eBay that you can look at. So you can look at those options instead. And one of the only things that is going to make paying this amount worth it, which is still a lot over asking price, $35, is going to be the bonus pack, because this bonus pack has the chance to have alt art versions of the leaders. If you aren't familiar with these leaders, Sapo and Ace are not that great. People are excited for them. Like I myself am excited for Ace. But I think the majority of the One Piece populace isn't going to be too ecstatic to play these decks. They're going to be mainly looking to play this black-yellow Luffy leader, which is going to be a meta menace as soon as it comes out, and even more so into OP07. So this deck is going to be insane, which means if you get the bonus pack, you can get an alt art of this leader. One of the only starter deck leaders that can actually have an alt art. Which means people, whales, are going to want this leader. And seeing as the only way you can get it is through a pack that only has 3 cards in these overpriced starter decks, I would not be surprised if this Black Yellow Luffy alt art leader is going to be running, close to 100. Maybe I'm overshooting things. Maybe maybe people won't want to play this deck as much as I think they're going to. But I could see this being a lot. If the only way you can get this is by randomly rolling in a 3-card pack in a 40 upward starter deck, it's going to be pretty hard to come by. So pretty much, if you hit your packs and you get this, and maybe even like a Garp, which is played in the deck, or the Luffy/Ace, anything else that is also played in this deck, which are going to be staples, you can probably make your money back that you paid off the starter deck like right away, especially if you sell it right when the decks release, because people will be paying more than they're going to be paying later. So pretty much this is going to be one of the best value you can get from any starter deck. So again, I would not advise you to pay this overpriced price, especially the 74 and stuff like that. It's absolutely ridiculous. But 60, maybe. Again, check your local stores before anything. And that's enough about Three Brothers, and I want to talk briefly about EB. So EB is coming out May 3rd, I want to say, which is less than a month. Pretty much, right? It's like 2 weeks after ST13. So looking forward to EB. EB is going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of meta staples that people are going to play. As you can see on TCG Player right now, it's going for $180. Which is way more than this deck should be. This only has half the contents of a normal set, but it's going to have the same amount of packs, and it's going to have the same amount of everything. So basically, one box is going to get you like play sets of everything. 2 boxes, you'll definitely have everything, even SRs, from my understanding. I could be wrong. But again, $180 for this probably shouldn't pay. There's cards, I think I saw Luffy TCG tweet about it on Twitter, like this Shirahoshi, which are going to be played in a couple decks, but like $50 for this SR, guys, please do not buy this. Just completely laughable. Like Hannibal at 200. There is no reason to buy these cards right now, so please hold off. Don't let the FOMO take over. There's not that many great cards in this set. There's like a few, like this Kid and Killer, which at $20... I'm actually surprised it's that low. People have already started buying this one, which is interesting to me. It's only going to be a rare, so one EB box. One EB box is probably going to get you a place out of this guy. So I think that's going to go down by a lot. I think all these EB prices are going to go down by a ton. The same guy that said he's losing out on ST13 decks also said he ordered I think 100 boxes or something of EB, and he's only getting 20. So that's going to be 20% of what he was supposed to get. So EP might be super shorted as well. And if that is the case, yeah, we are screwed. I hate trying to get these boxes. It really does seem like a hassle lately. But EB is not as hype again, so even if it is underprinted, I really do think these prices are going to go down. Do not take my word for it by any means, but one thing you can't take my word for is do not buy these cards at this price. There's no way Miss Wednesday is going to settle at $50. So that is about all I wanted to talk about. Just going over the hype cards that are going to come out in the near future, but at the end of the day, that is going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am going to head out. In the description, we do have a giveaway for 5,000 subscribers that we will be running for a while until we get these boxes in. Until then, do sign up for the giveaway and please do subscribe to the channel. But anyways, you guys have a great day. I'm going to head out here. Peace.